Hi, my name is Frank Ally. I am a California divorce attorney, and welcome to Divorce Without Drama. Now, let's get started. Today's episode is called, What is a Divorce and How Does It Differ from a Legal Separation? During the course of your marriage, each party acquires various rights and obligations. The process of divorce culminates in something called a judgment of dissolution, also called a divorce decree, which basically allocates those rights and obligations between the two parties so that each party can go forward as a single person. There's a number of issues that arise coming out of a marriage. We're going to talk about some of them, but not all of them here. First thing is, if you have children, we have to deal with child custody issues. That's legal and physical custody. We have a separate video on legal and physical custody. You can access that by clicking on the link below. But physical custody of a child and legal custody of a child are different than where a child actually lives. That's called parenting times. So whether we're going to use Junior to go to one parent's house on alternate weekends or once a week, or are the parents going to alternate weeks with the kids, or are we going to do some other type of plans, and what are we going to do with the holidays? That's called parenting time. That's another issue. Now, as I talk about the issue, I want you to think about this game of pickup sticks. Each issue arising out of a marriage, and each obligation, is represented by one of these pickup sticks. So here's our child custody. Here's our child visitation or parenting time. Once those are determined, we have to deal with child support. Should one party pay the other support for the child? What about who carries the kid's health insurance? What about how do we pay for extracurricular activities? These are all issues that get dealt with in both a marital dissolution and in a legal separation. Once we determine child custody, parenting time, child support, we then deal with the issue of spousal support. Is it appropriate in a particular case that one party pay the other for maintenance after the marriage is ended? And if so, how much should that be and how long should it last? That's another issue that gets resolved in both a legal separation and a marital dissolution. We'll go into the judgment. Then we have the issue of the house, the cars, the toasters, the furniture, the credit cards, the debts, the mortgages, other obligations that arise out of the marriage. Each of those issues get resolved in the dissolution and legal separation. We also then deal with, what about return of money that somebody applied from an inheritance or separate property, or that they acquired out of a separate marriage? All those issues get resolved as well in both the marital dissolution and the legal separation. We have a number of other issues: attorney fees, who's going to pay, is one party going to subsidize the other, and other unique and issues that may resolve out of your marriage. Those will also be resolved there. Once these things are done, the lawyer's job is to take all these issues, bundle them up with the resolutions, package them into either a marital settlement agreement or a legal separation agreement, package them up, submit it to the court, and the court will enter that as a judgment, and thus you have a marital dissolution or a legal separation decree. The only difference between the two things is in a marital settlement agreement or a judgment of dissolution, and in a legal separation agreement, a judgment of legal separation, the only difference is this one last pickup stick. This pickup stick represents, it's the one black stick in the pickup sticks, it represents the status of your marriage. Are you single or are you married? In a marital dissolution, you terminate the status of your marriage and it goes into the judgment. In a legal separation, we do not formally terminate the status of your marriage. It doesn't go into the judgment. That's the only difference between the two things. If this video and series was helpful to you, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. share it with friends. If you're trying to work through issues with your spouse, share this series with your spouse. My name is Frank Ally, and I'm your ally in family law in California. Thank you for watching.